Greetings, noble citizens of the modern realm. I am Arthur, once and future king of Camelot. Though centuries have passed since my reign, the virtues and vices of leadership remain ever relevant. Today, I turn my gaze to a figure who has stirred both fervent loyalty and profound controversy. Donald Trump, the 45th and now 47th President of the United States. Let us embark on a journey to examine the leadership exhibited by President Trump, assessing both his triumphs and tribulations through the lens of timeless principles. I shall offer honest reflections on his current performance and predict the likely outcomes should his path remain unchanged. The charismatic herald, commanding the masses. Trump's ability to command attention and energize his base through direct communication, especially via social media, is undeniable. His style bypasses traditional channels, making his messaging feel personal to millions. Performance analysis. Trump continues to leverage alternative media platforms to maintain dominance over public narratives. While this keeps his base energized, it also perpetuates misinformation, deepens mistrust in traditional institutions, and exacerbates national division. Future prediction. If Trump continues down this path, expect further polarization of American society. His ability to control the narrative may secure loyalty among his base, but it risks alienating moderates and reinforcing national instability. The unyielding reformer, challenging established norms. Trump's disruption of political norms appealed to voters frustrated by perceived bureaucratic stagnation. His approach to drain the swamp reshaped policy conversations across the nation. Performance analysis. Trump remains aggressive in dismantling long-standing policies and regulations, particularly regarding immigration, international alliances, and environmental agreements. However, many reforms lack long-term planning and bipartisan support. Future prediction. If this aggressive dismantling continues without constructive replacements or cross-party collaboration, the result may be short-term victories, but long-term policy instability, weakening America's credibility on the global stage. The autocrat's dilemma, centralizing power. While decisive action can be necessary in times of crisis, Trump's repeated challenges to the judiciary, federal agencies, and the media demonstrate a concerning tendency toward centralized, unchecked power. Performance analysis. Trump's continued framing of himself as the sole protector of national interest undermines democratic norms and weakens institutional trust. His dismissal of legal challenges and refusal to accept oversight are red flags for democratic erosion. Future prediction. Should Trump persist in this behavior, the U.S. may face increasing constitutional crises, further eroding democratic checks and balances and fueling authoritarian comparisons on the global stage. The merchant king blurring public and private interests. Ethical leadership demands the separation of personal gain from public duty. Allegations and confirmed reports of Trump's business dealings during his presidency have clouded perceptions of his integrity. Performance analysis. Trump's continued entanglement with personal business ventures raises ethical concerns, undermines public trust, and fuels accusations of corruption. His actions risk normalizing conflicts of interest for future leaders. Future prediction. If Trump does not draw clear boundaries between his public role and private interests, public cynicism toward government ethics will deepen, potentially inviting more self-serving leadership behaviors across all levels of governance. The divider and unifier, navigating national identity. A kingdom divided cannot stand. Trump's rhetoric often pits citizens against one another, framing political opponents and minority groups as existential threats to his vision of America. Performance analysis. Rather than promoting unity, Trump continues to rely on divisive rhetoric that deepens social, racial, and political divides. His handling of national protests, cultural conflicts, and electoral challenges has inflamed tensions. Future prediction. If he continues to polarize rather than unify, expect worsening civil unrest, erosion of social cohesion, and an America more divided than ever. Long-term healing will become more difficult the longer this division persists. The legacy bearer, enduring impact. A leader's true legacy is measured not by the battles they win, but by the lasting structures they leave behind. Trump's judicial appointments and policy shifts will shape American life for decades. Performance analysis. Trump's impact on the judiciary, particularly the Supreme Court, is perhaps his most enduring legacy. His deregulation efforts and shifts in foreign policy have also redefined America's role globally. Future prediction. If Trump remains on his current trajectory, his legacy may be cemented as one of lasting institutional change, both constructive and destructive. However, if divisive tactics continue, His leadership may be remembered more for societal fracturing than nation-building. Leadership bears a sacred weight. President Trump's story is one of disruption, mobilization, and defiance of tradition. Yet it is also a cautionary tale of unchecked ego, blurred ethics, and national division. May those who follow learn from both his achievements and his mistakes. Let them seek wisdom over power, unity over division, and integrity over personal gain. Only then shall they build a legacy worthy of the ages. Until we meet again, may your leaders serve with honor, and may your people strive for a future united, not divided.